Hello everyone. So my name is Ahsan Khadim. I'm from Pakistan. I'm your teacher of Dbms database systems. So today we're going to start our first lecture. As you know, you have access to the model account. You can see we have first topic, introduction and outline of our this semester. What we are going to do in this semester. Okay, so we start from the outline. Can you hear me clearly? Anyone of you can give me answer. Can you hear me clearly? Okay, our database system BIT 231 is unit code. So we're going to start our outline first. In outline, we know what we done in this semester. Okay, this is my name, Ahsan Khadim, and this is my email. You can contact with me by email anytime. No problem. Okay, and so we are starting subject descriptions. What we done in this subject. This subject provide an overview of development design of database system. In this subject, we know why we are creating database and how we create it, what is the benefit and drawbacks and everything. After study this subject, you will able to create your own database. Okay, you will develop knowledge and skills of relational database management systems and implementation of databases in the business environment. In the business, the database is in these days, you know, this technology is improving day by day. Database is very essential part of any business. Keep the records, keep the information, retrieve everything. Okay, so we here discuss some key points, key topics included this semester and this subject. Data modeling techniques. How to module the data and which model can use, we can study in this semester. So second topic we have normalization. Normalization is a technique to retrieve a data, how we can get our best part of our data in the database, some extra data, some repeating data, these kind of activities. We can remove all of the things which we cannot need in our database, useless things, remove from the database, from our record. We use normalization. Third is designing, implementation, queuing, and updating databases. How to design a database? What is the idea? What is the requirement of our database? Second is implementation. Which kind of implementation we can do, which language we can use, and second is queuing. Third one is the query. Query is basically a code, simple line code to get the data from a database. How to get the data and delete or update and anything else in the database, you need query. Query language, DDL and DML we also use here. This is a type of the query language. And the next one, database transactional properties and optimization. We use database technical properties and optimization in this semester. Emerging database technology, the new technology in these days is coming day by day. Everything is going to improve. So we can use the new technologies of these days according to requirement. Then we will able to create database according to these days requirement. After the reading this subject, study this subject, what you get the outcomes. If you complete this subject very good way, successfully, you get this subject, you get these key points, then you will able to identify the concept of database system and also outline the model used to define, design, implements database systems. First of all, you are able to, you can get the concept of database. What is database? Why we use it? Secondly, you can see the database requirement. You can get which model is best for this problem, for this type of database and for this type of problem. Which database model is good? You can able to do this after study this subject. Design and implement database systems. Design and implement, you can, when you know which model is good for the database, you can design that and also implement that database system using this subject. Use database modeling and normalization to create and manipulate database objects. When you create a database, you know how to update it, how to remove some data, how to add some features. You use data modeling. In the one database, you can use more than one data model. Also, you can use normalization to retrieve the data and auto manipulate the database objects. You can remove some object that add some new features. Everything you can do by normalization. Distinguish between logical and physical design in the database development lifecycle. You know, you are a computer science IT student. You can see we have two phases. One is a physical, one is a logical. This is a two different phases. You can see one is the backend, backend and front end programming. You know about that. In database, we have two phases: logical and physical design. Database development lifecycle. Discuss the use of basic database tools and technique in designing, implementing, querying, updating database. You after studying this whole subject, you can able to use database tools. How to use database tools and technique to design in designing, also implementing, also querying and updating database. Apply a structured query language to build a database. When you create your own database, you can apply SQL language, you know, that the structured query language to build a database. And the sixth and most important is research emerging database techniques. You can study about the emerging techniques in these days. Every day in computer science, they are going to grow up, and also everything depending on the techniques in these days. Technology is improving day by day. So we start here. Course outcomes for the bachelor of, click here to the intro degree name. You have degree IT. In the BIT, you have a degree bachelor in information technology. Employ knowledge of the computing theory and practices as well as tactical judgment, decision making related to the information technology. When you prepare this subject very well, you can do your own work. You can create your own database according to requirement of the different kind of customers, companies, for your own business, anything else. You can perform critical analysis for business contents, problems, strategies, identifying the information technology, implementation, consideration, everything, every problem. You know, you first you go for doing anything. First is that is a problem. Finding the problem. Next, how to solve it. Get the strategy, get the language, which kind of language is used, and which kind of in the future how it will be helpful to you. Then you investigate and propose a design, implement and evaluate the information technology according to your requirement. You make your design. You first of all, in everything you have requirements. After requirement, you design. Using the requirement, you can design a database. And next step after the design, implementation. Which kind of language, which kind of query language you can use it for that. And After that, you test your database according to requirement. It is fulfill your requirement or not. If okay, then you go further. If not okay, then you come to design again and check the requirement again. Repeat these steps, you can get your project updated. So next we're going to about for our assessment. What kind of assessment we have in this semester? Our assessment, accept the final exam and feedback are provided via model site and in the class. Few of our test assessments in the class, other we can need to report on the model account. I hope everyone have a model account. So we start, this is our first week. First assessment is in the second week. In second week, the first assessment, setting up SaaS or Dbms environment. SaaS is a big platform for creating database. You can go there and uh, create your account there. Then you can start your work there easily. Second assessment in the class. We have two tests, written test class. We have tests in the class, first in the week 5, second in the week 11. You can give, this is an individual test. You can do it in individual, not in the group. Week 5 and week 11, you have two class tests. You do it in time. You do it in class time. Okay, I can understand. So we have second assessment in week 5 and week 11. There's two parts. First test we get in the written. This is a written assessment in the class time. You can do it in the class. Third one, we have database report. Just a topic. Report including specifying and the justifying database model and normalization from given case study. I will give you a case, a topic. You can report that one, which data model is used for this, and normalization, how to apply on this one. This is the third one. Database, the fourth one, database application. This is a big and the most important assessment. Phase 1, 25% we have done this one, phase 1. In the week 10, also in the week 14, you need to complete it. There's two parts. First one, you need to submit at the end of week 10, and also the second one you done and completed before the end of week 14. Okay. Then we second phase, specify advanced query for a given case study, suggest development and demonstration of the use of the SQL database system. You create a database system and you give the demonstration before the exam. Okay, these are our semester assessment. If you have any question about this assessment, please, you can write in the chat. And you have 1 minute. If you have any question about this assessment, you can write in the chat box. Okay, so we have moved forward. Assessment 1 need to be demonstrated in the class. Assessment number 2 are class tests to be completed in the class. Assessment number 3 and 4 to be submitted via model subject site. One phase of the assessment 4 will be submitted during the exam period in 14. Detail to be confirmed. Assessment is due to the end of the day. Okay, so these are our course outline. How to you submit your assessment, how to you do your work in the class, and also you know which topic we will read about our subject. I have not confirmed this one course passing the course with 50. I don't know about that. I will discuss this with MP and then I will tell you. If you have any question related to this, you can send me an email on my email address to remind me again. Maybe after the class, you will send an email to me, then I will give you feedback. So we're going to start our lecture, today lecture, database lecture introduction. So everyone clear about the outline, course outline? Everyone is clear or not? Please tell me, then I will start. If you have any question, you can tell me, then we'll start our lecture. Okay, good, very good, nice. So we're going to start. You have data in your model account. You can access this one and read it about carefully your course outline. If you have any question, anytime, you can contact with me via email. Okay. So we will discuss about first objective of our subjects. We already discussed in the outline. We repeat it again. The difference between data and information. So today we discuss about that. What is data and information? Most of you know about the data. Data, there are facts and figures. Information, it is processed form of anything. You have everything putting without any sequence. You can say data randomly putting like a books. You put into the randomly in your table or any room. You can call it books, not a library. When you put them in a sequence, computer science books one side and IT book one side, and also other subjects like this one, you give them a sequence, you can say that it's the information. Information means easy way to get what is this, meanings of something. Database is the various type of databases, why they are valuable assets for decision making. Second point. What is the database? We know about the database in next slides, and then we can know about why it is valuable for us. Why the database valuable for us to making decision. The important database design. What is the importance of database design in any project of database? About the file, what is the flow files? Flow files in the database management system. How the data is flowed in the system. When we create a database, we put some data in it, how it will be flow and save where it is stored. The main component of the database systems, we discuss about the main components of the database system, and then the main functions of database management system. What is the database management system, Dbms, big difference between Dbms and simple database, we will discuss in this lecture. So first question, what is data? Raw fact and figures called data. Anything we see in computer science, not only computer science, anything, and not in IT. You can see, you cannot understand its meaning, that is data. When it is come in the form of information process, after processing, you get some meaning that called information. Data raw facts, unrecognized facts, raw fact and figures also can say that need to be processed. Need to be processed. Data can be something simple and similarly randomly and useless unit until it is organized. Data is a data form of information but organized, need to be processed. When data is processed, organized, structured, or presented in a given context so as to make it useful, it is called information. When it is processed, organized in a meaningful form, we can say that it is information. We can take an example. Each student is a test score in one piece of data. The average score of the class or the entire school information that can be delivered from the given data. You can see if you have collect your each student data in the class, scoring an exam, in a test, anything else, this is the data. When you get the average of a class or average of a school, this is the information, proper information. We'll discuss about information more. Information is used to reveal to the meaning of data. The information tell us what is the meaning of this data, why we're using this data. Accurate, relevant, and timely information is key to the good decision making. If we get the result of data easily, we can get the result timely. Decision making. What is this? Why we use this one? Where we can use this one? It is easy for us to take a decision. Good decision making is a key to organizational survival in a global environment. Everything in the global environment need to take the decision on time. Not before the time, not after a time. If you take a good decision on the time, it's good for your organization, your company, your business to survive in the environment. Any question about data or information, you can send in the chat, then we go next. Okay. What is the database? Database is a system intended to organize, store, and retrieve data. End user data or metadata, any form of data, we retrieve, store the data in organized form. That's called database. Organization, DB, database or design and normalization is called organization. Storage, integrity, table, relationship, everything is come to these three parts: organization, storage, retrieval. Retrieval means SQL statement and reporting. We create a database first. We create a design, implement, and then apply normalization. Our database is ready. We use any storage, table relationships, and also constraint or column, referential integrity, everything we create for in the storage. After that, we need SQL statement and reporting. SQL statement we needed to check the data is working or good, not repeating anything is going to be wrong. We need to check it using this one. And reporting, we can report our system is working, how much it's working, that 90%, 100%, like this kind of report we can create using these three statements. Why database design is important? Database design, why database design is important? We can see data is the one of an organization's most valuable assets. When you use anything when you use, you need to know about that thing. If you try to doing any business, creating any application, you need to know about any application or any data. You need to know about this one. You need to read the theory first. Data is one of the organization's most valuable assets. You have knowledge about something, you can start it. If you don't have knowledge, you cannot start. Data on customers, employees, orders, receipts are the vital to the existence of the company. We are going to join any company. For example, you are joined to any business for any company. You need to know about this company first. What it is done before, their employees, their orders, their loss, their profit. If their profit, why they done this, how they done this, and also if any customer feedbacks, you can read about that one. Anything else, you can go to the Google or go to the Google Play Store. You can download any application, even Zoom. You can see there is some feedback from the users. These are the knowledge. That's why the design is more important. Tracking key growth and performance indicator are also vital for the strategic and tactical plans to ensure the future success. Therefore, the organization's data must not be handled lightly. And third one, we have database design focus on the design of the database structure that will be used to store and manage end user data. You know, everything is depend on your design. If your design is good, then your database is go to the success. Design must identify database expected use. If you have database, big database, and you have everything, if you have not a good design, you cannot survive. You have good design and design that is easily usable for the end user. User cannot face any difficulty in using the data, your design. Easily find anything he want. Why database design is important? Well-designed database facilitate data management, generate accurate and valuable information. If you have good design, easy to, and for end user, it's very, very, very easy to get the information that he want. Poorly designed database color difficult to trace errors. When your design is not good, it's not easy for you and also the end users to get the problem. Data modeling skills. Data modeling skills we have vital in the data and design process. Good data modeling facilitates communication between designer, user, and the developer. If you have good model and good communication skill designer, it's very easy to communicate between developer and user and designer. It's very easy to understand what you are doing in your database. So we'll discuss some types of database here. Database design can be classified according to number of users, database locations, types of stored database, accepted type of usage data, and degree into which the data is structured. Database can be classified according to these things. This is the feature of database. You need to focus on that to creating any database. Number of users. If you create for the small number of users, you need to create small database. If you have big one, you need to big database locations. You need to put it into a location. In location good. If you not on the local, you need to put it onto the internet. Types of data stores. Which type of data you want to store it. Type, extent, type of use. Which type of users use and how they are using. Okay. So we're going to the next one. Number of users. Single user database for only one user at a time. Database, desktop database, single user run on the PC. Multi-user database support multiple users at the same time. Group database supported a relatively small number of users, usually fewer than 50 or equal to the 50. Enterprise databases supports many users, more than 50, usually hundreds across many departments. You can see it. When you try this one, first one, you can understand everything, each and everything when you starting. When you go to create your SaaS account, and we will discuss more. If you have any question, anything else, you can contact with me. Database location. Centralization database located at a single site. Distributed database, put it in just several sites. When you put it in a single site, it's very easy to find the data. If you put it in a different site, it's a little bit difficult. Type of data stored, general purpose of data, certain widely data is used, multiple discipline, different type of data, number of data, graphical data, anything else, this kind of data you can put it here. Data descriptive and specific data, constant data focus on the specific subject areas, medical database that is stored, confidential medical history data. Everything and anything, any database types, they store their own type of data. Why they are creating school data type, it's a school university data type, using the for the university purpose. Also, they have the student data, libraries, books, anything else. So we have expected types and extent use of data. Operational production or OLTP database systems, analytical warehouse database systems. So day to day and operationally the day to day everyday transaction like banking systems. You can see every bank have their own database. Every bank have their own transactions. Daytime transactions must be recorded accurately, immediately on the spot, like ATM machines. Also, store historical data used exclusively for tactical or strategical decision making. For a long time data, you can see the history and everything. For the more business companies, this is used analytical data used for the business companies mostly. Unstructured data, structural data, there's in the degree. Structural data can exist in their original raw state. And the structured data is that formatting, understanding data facilitates storage, use, and the generation of the information. Semi-structured have been processed in some extent. Data is when data is exists, putting their coming and the raw, not any sequence. And if you put them sequence and you they get some result, it's called structured. Semi-structured few part is structured form, a few parts of this one is unstructured form that called semi-structured data. Unstructured and semi-structured data stored and managed through XML. You will study in this semester XML also. I will tell you how and why we use XML in next coming weeks. File system database evaluation. Manual file system served as the data small collections for a small collection, not for a large collections. Computerized file system, database system specialist converted computer file structured from the manual system. Get the manual system from data from the manual system and convert it into the computerized file. Like you are scanning something, this kind of thing. File system database were an environment over manual system and used for more than 2 decades. The file system consists of column and describe the field and also rows for to hold each record. They have everything is in the managing form. In computer data, they have everything in a manageable and understandable form. Like this, you can take terminology, customer information, name, address, city and state and zip code. We have customer A, B, C, anything else. Everything is put into the database in one file. We create a file. First, we use fields. Every customer have their own field. Then put it into a record, and then we go for the file. Put it into save to the file. This is a file for these kind of customers. File system disadvantages lightly. Lengthy development, development time and extensive programming, difficulty of getting quick answer. If you have big database, mostly files, system take time to search that one you want. Complex system administration, very complex. If you have more data, more files, is very complex. Administration is very, very difficult to manage it. Limited data sharing, it is very limited to share the data. Then next we are going structure and data dependent. Access to the file is depend on its own structure. Data access changes when data storage characteristics changes. It depends on every structured data depends on their storage. There is storage. If the characteristic of the storage is changed, then that data access will be changed. Data redundancy, some data and store unnecessary in the different places. Lack of data security. There's no secure, data is not secure for too much time. Okay. So next we have the inconsistencies, consistency anomalies, updates, anything else is very difficult to do done this kind of updation, insertion, deletion. If you have big data, lengthy files, it's very difficult to manage it. Database system consists of logically related data stored in a single logical data, may be physically distributed among the multiple storage facilities. Current generation store data structures, relationship, everything is in these days that if you use logical data is very easy to manage. You can see a database system, personnel department, sales department, accounting department. DBS management system, database employs customer sales, inventory, and accounts. Put the everything in one place. Personnel department, they do their own. Sales department, they do their own work. And accounting department, they do their own work. Then they put everything into one thing, one place that called database. Database management system manage everything for the company. We check the relation database here. Relational database hold its data over a number of tables. Records within the tables are linked to record help each other. Every tables have their created, database, we have keys, primary key, secondary key, front key. So these keys are connected tables with each other. You can see in primary key in one table, secondary key in the other one. There are connections between them. You can see the first one, the customer table, customer ID, title, surname, anything, their address, everything here. Then appointment table, their appointment ID first, this is the primary key. Then other things are available here, like customer ID, pet ID, date of the appointment, time of appointment. Then you can see the third one, pet table, the pet ID. You can see here the pet is only an entity, then in the next table it is a primary key. Okay, you understand it or not? Give you, if you have any question, you can give me feedback. You can send me message. What is database management system? A software that to store, protect, and access data in physical file, protecting data using the control files, and access the data using the SQL. Okay, so software to store, protect, and access data, storing data in the physical files, store in the physical form like hard disk, protecting data using the control access. We can put them some encryption on, encapsulation on that one, hide data from the users. The teacher have their own, and also other person like student, there are few, they have few permission, teacher have few, administration have their whole access. So access data using the SQL. When you give them some data to access to the user, we use the SQL query language. Do you understand me? Please tell if I am speaking fast. Please tell me in your chat box. Then we started Dbms management, the interaction between the users of the database. The Dbms system, the main purpose of Dbms management system is that use the relationship between them, attract with them, tell us where, how the system is working. We have here some example, end users. We have some computer end users. We using the application request into a Dbms system. Then some of them they put the single request, some of them they integrated. Then the database management system go for data and get data to the users. They put the relationship between them. We have some advantages you can see improved database sharing, better access to more and better management data, improved data security, better data integration, minimize data inconsistency, improve data access and decision making, and also increase the end user productivity. You can see DBM management system, we have most important is data security and data integration. Improve data sharing, better access to more and better manage data. We can access data very easily. Improve data sharing, we can share data from any place. Improve data security, provide privacy and security policies. Better data integration, we can manage and get and integrate our data very easily. Minimize the inconsistency, discourage the different variant of the same data, repeating data, anything it will be removed by database management system. Improve data access and decision making. Improve data access and decision making, produce quick answer to add HOK queries, generate better quality information. Then the user use query, the application query, search query, anything else we use here and get data in few time. Increase end user productivity. Availability of data, transform usable information. Okay, increase the end user productivity. We can get the feedback from the user. Our system is working properly or not. We can get this one. Okay, functions of DBMS we can discuss here. Several important functions we have generate here: integrity, consistency. We can already discuss. Okay, so we have two options: data dictionary management, store definitions of data elements and their relationship in the metadata in a dictionary. We can say that we can give the information about data with their labels and elements and easily understand what data is what type of use for what type of data for what type of purpose. Next we have data storage management. Management creates and manages the complex structures required for data storage, thus relieving you from the difficult task to defining and programming the physical data characteristic. Okay, you can see the characteristic and everything of your database from the database storage management system. You can see here we have a system how you can store our data. Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio expression. You can see, you can go to the database customer ID. You can find simple kind of data like database name. You can see here. You can see your data how your data is working here. Database management system database is actually stored in 9 data files under the C drive from the data server computer. The Oracle Database Studio management, the interface also shows the amount of space used. They will ask, put the amount of the data, which amount of data is used logically and physically, anything they will tell you. If you have any problem in this database, you can see it. Next, we are going to start functions. What kind of function in database management systems? Data transformation and presentation. Regardless of data presentation format, and DBMS must manage the data from there. They have different formats, the proper format. They give us a manageable data if you use DBMS. Security management, create a security interface and get the privacy for the user, end users, and also for the developers. Multi-user access control. In the DBMS, the multiple user access the data at the same time. Backup and recovery. In DBMS, we can see, we can manage a backup and recovery. We delete anything, it will be provided into the backup. If we deleted any customer and any person, any partner, any worker that leave our company, we delete their data from the front, but it will be put in the backup. We can recover it anytime we need. This is a benefit of function and benefit of Dbms. Data integrated, minimize the redundancy. When you know the data, if you put the data at the same place, it is easy to get that. If the different data is put it in the different places, 2 or 3 or more, then it is not easy to manage it. Database access language and application programming interface, which will provide our query language. We use SQL here in the DBMS. We use SQL the query language.
Excuse me, Ashan. Excuse
Yeah.
me. Because of the heavy rain, about three-quarters students, they suffer from power failure. They cannot, yeah. So can they review the REC after class?
Okay, I will provide them. We will provide them the recording video. They will.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Database access language application programming interfaces, we can use it here because database access language is a query language in database. We use only different kind of DDL, DML, these languages. When you go, we will go for further next week, maybe in next or after next week, I will tell you what the difference between these languages. Which access language is good for which database. I will tell you. Database communication interfaces provide access to a database via multiple or different network environment to communicate with database. You can get your data and easily way to manage your database. We have some disadvantages also. It increase the cost. It is very costly. The big company created something for them, for their DBMS system. They need to use very, very costly database. Management complexity, they have more complex. And also, maintaining complex currency is very, very difficult. Vendor dependency is also a problem here in DBMS. Also, we can frequent upgrade replacement cycles. Is not easy to update. There is something need to replace it, not very easy. Okay, next we have data environment. Database systems define and regulate the collection, storage, management, use of the data. 5 major parts we have here: hardware, software, people, procedure, and data. These are the 5 fundamental parts for a DBMS systems. Okay, so first is we can use the user, then applications, operating system, software, and hardware. Hardware, first we have a computer set like laptop, anything, then we start. We need to install operating system in it. Then we create application. Also, you need to install DBMS and database. These 3 systems these are the software. Then endpoint, we have users. These are the 5 basic steps we can see. We have 4-1: hardware, operating system, applications, and users. And last one, we have data. If you have data, then we can store it. If you don't have data, we cannot store that. Okay, these are key points, key parts for creating a database system: hardware, software, people, procedure, and data. You can use these 5 in this sequence. Also, you can say in the pictures: hardware, operating system, software, application, DBMS, and database is the one, and then the end user is the last one. And we have database system environment. All the system physically devices. Hardware, we use a physical device like laptop, like PC, tab, MacBook, anything. Second, we have a software. Operating system software, DBMS software, application software, utility software. These are software that we need to create a software. And different DBMS system use different software. People, system and database administrator and database designer. We use people for designing database, programmer also, administrator also, or in people we use end users also. Then next and the most important is the procedure, instruction and the rules that given to the design and use of the database system. We use that the procedure is the most important. We use put them some instruction in it. What is the requirement of the users? Why? What is the idea of creating the database? Why we're creating? What purpose it is used for creating database? And the last, not the least important, what kind of database we're using, and the requirement of the user we can put the here. Then we put the design and also use data collection of the facts stored in the database. What kind of information stored in the database is depend and also stored in the data. These are the most important and the major parts of database. Creating any database environment, you can see in the picture we have procedures and the standards. First, application programs and users uses, also programmer writes some program to create application software. Then they give some access, programmer gives them the access to the end user. They request to the Dbms system. Dbms, they have some software on a data and then Dbms system. Then Dbms system requests to the hardware. Then we go for the hardware. Then you can see the database administrator manage everything, database designer design everything, system administrator supervises the administrator. Then we go write the interface and procedure. Everything is done with some steps. You can see that everything we can done with some steps. In database we need to follow the all steps. We can see here what kind of job you can get if you start professional. If you start doing professional, come with a struggle in this subject, and then you can get successful and programmer in database, developer, you can get these kind of jobs in your future. First, database developer, create and maintain database application. You can, if you have a good developer, you have some good work, good jobs in your future. Programming database, fundamental database, SQL database, SQL server, a query language, you can done everything. If you are database designer, then you also design and maintain database system. You can design the system, database design, also you can go for the SQL. Next job you can do in your future, database administrator. Manage data and maintain Dbms systems. You can do this one also. Database fundamentals, you need to be skills, simple skills in the database fundamentals, and also SQL vendor courses, simple related courses you can do. You can work as a database administrator. The fourth one, database analyst. Develop databases for the decision support reporting. You can do this work, and then you need to be a good skills in SQL, query optimization, data warehouse. These kind of things you need to good knowledge about this kind of language. We have next one, data architect. Architect design and implement database environment. Conceptual, logical, physical, any design the architects can do it. Dbms, you need to know the fundamental Dbms management system, data modeling, SQL. Also, you have knowledge about the hardware. Okay, so next we have a database consultant. Database consultant helps companies leverage database technologies to improve business process and achieve specific goals. You know that the consultant is a very good job. Help the company to go for the new technologies. They're starting business. Some of the, like in this situation, every company needs the online business. So consultants give them a good application, good platform for them, find them, and also ask them to process their specific goal. You need this kind of knowledge, database fundamental knowledge you have for this job, data modeling, you have data design, SQL, Dbms, hardware, vendor specific technologies. These kind of skills you need to do it, this work. Also, one more, database security officer. Security officer is more important and more beautiful. I say the most successful job in these days. Implement security policies for data administration. This job doing just secure the data of a company. DBMS, fundamental database administrations, SQL, security technology. You need to this kind of knowledge for this job. You can done. For this purpose, DBMS fundamental administrations and SQL, data security technology, everything you have. These kind of skills, you can see the all of the table. SQL is more important in every job. Every job, SQL is most important. You can see it here. In every database job, you can see SQL is more important factor, and also the DBMS fundamentals. This kind of if you have skill in these two, you can join anything. After that, you can get a skill for other skill for that job, that job. SQL is more important. So we're going to summarize our work, what we done today. So data are, first we read about data. It is raw fact and figures of anything randomly put it. When is meaningless thing. When we process something, we get data in a formal form. We can understand its meaning, that called information. It's data is very important also in decision making. If we get the meaning of data timely, timely converted into the information, it's very important for any organization to take a decision. Data usually stored in a database. You can see the implement database management system. We need to database management system, also database, some software, data about data. We can get everything about database. If you have little knowledge about database, we can create, but we need to skillful in the SQL, also in the query languages. Database design, define the database structure. Is a well-designed database facilitates database management system, generate accurate value. It's very important for any company to, if its database working properly, nudging properly, and give the result on that time. It's very easy to take decision in the future. Next, we about the classified according to a number of users. It depends. If the number of user is larger, then we use a big database. If user is, we can, if for the less number of user, we can use for a local. But for the large and big companies, they have more costly purpose to create database management system. And we have manual system also, or the computerized system. Some of the companies need to put their data by manually, and also some of the company created data computerized file system. A file system, it is stored in the independent file, each requiring its own data management program. Also, this method is largely very slow, but understanding its characteristic make database design easier to comparison before. This is our today lecture. You can see we can read about only database management system and database data and information, how and why we create database, number of user in the database. Also, we can see the degree of database. You have any question about that, you can tell me. You can ask any question with me. You can discuss with me on message also. Also, you unmute yourself and you can ask question about our course line, and also about our work. You can ask me with question. If you have any question, then we summarize and end our lecture today. some limitation of the systems, database management system that required extensive programming. I tell you, if you have expert in database management system, which kind of job you can done. If you are, if you have any skills in this kind in database, I will tell you SQL, database fundamental programming, and then you get more in jobs. Database management system were developed to address the file system inheritance weaknesses rather than the depositing data into independent files. A database management system presents database to the end user as a single data. The arrangement of the data in database is very easy. The data, if we have big database, is files in a file system is not easy to integrate our data and data security. Okay, if you have any question, you can tell me. Then we end our lecture. You have these references. You can see that. You can download your books. If you have, you can download your books. The second one, that second reference number. If you download this one, latest edition or previous edition, anything, you can get. This is very helpful for you. If you have any question, you can tell me. Now I am in wait. Then we will end our lecture. Okay, we are going to end our lecture today because most of the student is not here. Here some student asked me, there is electricity shut down due to heavy rain. So if you have any question about your lectures, outlines, any topics, with this topic you read today, study here, the lecture, you can tell me anytime. You can email me, and also you can send me message on the WeChat also. If you have question in your mind now, you can please write to me. I'm in wait. Then we will going to end our lecture. Okay, I think you have no lecture. If those students, those don't available here, I will send them video and upload it on the model of this lecture. They can get it from there.